Good Monday morning, YouTube. You didn't think I was gone, did you? No way. I know I've been a little absent the past couple of weeks. Had a lot of personal things, professional things to get taken care of, a lot of projects going on, just a lot of things. But one of the things that was happening is that I relocated. And as you can see, this is my new workspace. Isn't it beautiful? The potentials of this place. You guys have no idea how excited I am to have, in my eyes, upgraded. You know, it's funny to me. I've never had a garage, and now I'm in one. You see a lot of memes and stories and things like that of people starting out of the garage. But I'm like, man, after a couple of years, I'm finally in one. And now, now we can take this thing some places. So as you can see here, let me just kind of show you around and give you guys my idea of what I'm gonna do here. Got the whiteboard. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting that back. Got the whiteboard, and that's going right on this wall, and that's the big whiteboard. You know, funny story about that. A couple of years ago, this lady, I was at a conference, this was in Mount Shasta, and this woman comes up to me, and she's like, I want to send you a whiteboard. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm going to send you a big-ass whiteboard. You know, I kept working on the little $30 ones from Staples, but she just straight got my address, sent me that. That's like a $400, $500 whiteboard. I don't even know, but it's massive, and it's so heavy. At my old place, I never had an ability to put it on the wall. Frankly, I never had the room either. So now I got the room. So that's going right on that wall, and I have enough room to put lights around with no awkward reflections and things like that. So a lot of space to film on the big board, do projects and get ideas on that. Got the racks back here, and I'm gonna have a lot of space for product shipping, whatnot. Here, I can even show you guys this side over here. Yeah, those are the cabinets. That is the workbench, and got some peanuts shipping stuff over there. As you guys know, I've been working on getting some products out. Got the Orgonite on the shelves, Ormus down there, and over the next few weeks, I got some more products that'll be coming. It's one of the big things I've been working on, is getting stuff aligned for that. So, boom, that'll be shipping. Thinking in the corner here, maybe a couch. Find some free Craigslist couch, or something like that, that just plop there for the seating, and then work on getting maybe some desks and tables and whatnot. So, boom, I'm excited. And then believe it or not, in this room, there's an office. And it looks a little washed out. That's better. This place will get a lot of getting used to, but it'll be fun. And then in this room here, that's an office. Thank you, Ken, for the super chat. I appreciate it. All you guys' help has been making this happen. In this room here, that's an office. So at the last place, my office was in a bedroom, and it was so cramped. You know, over the last maybe a few months, you guys might have been noticed my energy was just kind of getting stagnant. The energy in that place itself. Didn't have much variability to do stuff. It was like camera this way or camera that way in this tiny little room. And this place was right next to a loud road too. So sometimes, I don't know if you guys might have heard in videos, but you might have heard like a vroom vroom or something like that. And it was just very difficult to get focused and to get productive there. So here we go. It's gonna be very fun in this place. And I'll get that set up for the live streams, that office area. So get a cool background in there and get it all nice and quiet. And I'll definitely be getting back into doing the recaps and live streams and things like that with the background and all that. But nevertheless, garage looks dope. I just love the industrial look in here. This is perfect for pretty much anything. So that's that. And just letting you guys know, I'll be back into the groove. You know, I've been, I think last video here might have been a week ago. And I think before that it was like a week. So it's been a couple of weeks since been really back into the grind, but I'm excited to do it and do it in a way that doesn't burn me out. Because that's one thing that was going on a few weeks ago, is that I was just devoting so much time and energy into one particular line of work that was just like news stuff and following current events, and it took so much energy to lurk through Twitter and 8chan and Instagram and gather information and intelligence and things. And, you know, it gets you into like an information saturation mode. And it's very difficult when you're doing that on your own, which, I mean, you can do. It's doable, but then presenting that information to an audience is a whole separate thing. And, you know, YouTube videos can take half the day, the whole day sometimes. I can imagine some of those channels out there that actually do a lot more editing than I do. You know, those that they don't show their face, but they edit a lot of pictures and stuff in and graphics and make it look real nice. I can't imagine how much time they take to put all those videos together. For me, it can take quite a while, and I do less editing than they do. So, no, I can do the editing, I can do the whiteboarding, I can do whatever, and be loud, and not deal with loud things, and close this, and still be nice and bright in here. So I was talking to a homie of mine yesterday, a filmmaker, and I was walking him through the place, and he was helping me with ideas and lighting and getting it neato in here. 444 people on the stream. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for joining me here. Early Monday. Maybe some of you guys are traveling to work, just getting up, enjoying a nice cup of joe with me. Or tea or water, whatever you choose. And, woo, be fun. I got to get internet, frankly, set up in this place, so the stream might be a little bad. I don't have the Wi-Fi yet, or Ethernet. I'll try to do Ethernet, but I don't got internet. I'll get that set up, and then once I get that set up, I'll be able to live with the screen capture and all that jazz. Am I getting on the new platform? Which new platform? There's many. There's, you know, you got Parler, you got Gab, you've got so many different video platforms coming out, BitChute and all that. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back. Absolutely. You know, this summer is gonna, as we heard from Q a couple days ago, get ready, be ready. So since I got into a situation at the other place with the lease, I was like, I gotta get out of here. I can't deal with it anymore. And I found this place to get ready. I'm getting ready, most definitely, for what's coming, and to share my thoughts and information with everybody about it. So the summer's gonna be crazy. Got projects working on, documentaries, sequel to Above Majestic, for release later this year, if everything works out according to plan, and maybe projects of my own. And then I'm working on, like I said, the product, the not just one brand, but almost two brands right now. The Destroying the Illusion, and then I'm calling a lot of the supplements and health information I'm putting out and whatnot Conscious Strength. So I'm almost working on two things, two brands. And I started an Instagram page for both of them. So I've been kind of posting around Instagram. And so working on my own things at the same time, some docs. And then later this year, we'll get into doing another documentary, maybe a Q. You know, I've always been wanting to do the Q documentary, but things are so shifting. We have no idea what's coming or how's it gonna come. So, you know, it's a slower process than I initially thought, but it's good. It needs to be slow process for that, just to make the story, see what the story is gonna be. And then, or could do another project. I'm thinking of some way to incorporate another sort of documentary, but my own little brainchild with that. Best place to get shungite? Well, I've got some on my website, got some phone protectors and whatnot, Orgonite pieces, so you can look there. But there's also a lot of fantastic producers out there, a lot of people who make handmade goods with a lot of love and a lot of compassion. I work with producers, independent, you know, pretty much self-employed people who make things and share that. So yeah, you can look on my site and, you know, Etsy, a lot of places. People just start Etsy accounts and try to run their home-based businesses making high-vibe stuff. Which, speaking of, now I got the space to do it. I got the space to make my own Orgonite, my own little things. So that'll be good. I won't run out of stock on my site so much. Shungite and paint. Should paint this place with just shungite on the walls. Make myself a little Faraday cage and be protected. So, anyway, if you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, drop them in the comments. I'm about to, I'm pretty tired right now. I've been hustling a lot of stuff back and forth for the last few days. Got a lot of cleaning up to do. And then later this week, we'll be off to ECETI. So it's kind of unfortunate. I only got like a couple of days here. Hopefully I'll get internet soon enough to be able to utilize that couple of days. But then it's off to ECETI. But that's gonna be incredible. Edge of Wonder guys are coming. And be off to the ranch out in Washington State, Pacific Northwest, and conference there. So that'll be good, but then I'll be back here and see what I can do this summer here. What's the latest on a lot of things? You know, I've been lurking. I've been keeping up with, of course, not everything, but certain interesting stories. And I'll be getting into a lot of stuff. You know, there's a lot of articles that have been coming out in the, not just mainstream media, but alternative media that I want to cover. And get into more topical things, you know, getting into not just the news stuff. I love doing that. I'm not going to stop doing that. But again, as I was kind of explaining, if I make that my focus of my work, which I don't want to do, and if it's necessary, you know, I'll do more sort of news commentating. But it gets overloading, especially when you're doing it mainly alone, like me. So, you know, if I get a research team or something behind me, which I could, it could be a... could do a lot more stuff in that regard, but there is a lot of other work that just interests me that I want to get into. Ha! Gina, hello garage. Find a name for it. Get it decorated in here. I don't know. Hang some stuff on the walls. Maybe paint it. And it'll be some good times. You know, be getting into a lot more content. Maybe I can get into a groove of doing some sort of a stream every morning, commentating on things. Maybe I'll make, you know, a couple of channels. Again, one of the reasons I've kind of been laying low is that on this channel I got two strikes on it. And 3 strikes, you're out, you know, most of the time. I think the second time they cut my YouTube channel, it was 2 strikes and I was out on that one. Funny story, but 3 strikes and you're out, and I got 2 marks. I got 2 strikes on my channel, and one of them goes away in about a week. I think like 5 or 6 days now. So I've kind of been laying low just to let the strikes expire after 90 days, and then I can get a little more freedom on this. I don't have to be walking on eggshells. Made some serious progress on the vaccine issue. Yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about with that. I've noticed in the last few days. I try to help push as many topics as I can into that mainstream consciousness to get people thinking about it and doing something about it. So health, vaccines, fluoride, not just things, but ideas. Ideas about healing yourself. You don't have to wait for anything out there. There are many things you can do right now that are very cheap. It's mindset shifts. So with health, with technologies and cosmological understandings, i.e., we're not just alone in the universe. Get real. It's the DTI portal. Yeah, this is the portal. Wouldn't that be great? Give me a little holodeck right over there, right? Tesla free energy ready garage. Just the experimentation I can do in here. You know, I want to do some experiments with going to do some experiments with the products that I have, the Ormus plant experiments, and then the Orgonite, also plant experiments, water experiments. I don't know, get to see. I've never really been too mechanically inclined. Sometimes I'm a better thinker than a doer, but maybe I can get some little mechanical device, play around with some electromagnetic fields. Let me check out the super chat here. Jacob, thank you, my man. Finally have the opportunity to contribute. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Yeah, the super chats help. The super chats definitely help. YouTube is unfortunately I mean, many people's channels are down like 80, 90% in the last 6 months with the ads. And it's definitely squeezed a lot of people. It squeezed me too. And believe it or not, YouTube can still run ads on videos that they demonetize on the back end. So I'll notice on videos, at least I have demonetized, I'll click on it and go to watch it, and YouTube will run an ad before it. Then I can see on the back end of my own account that YouTube's just making basically free money, and then they demonetize the creator and say, oh, it's against our terms of service, but we're still gonna run ads on your. So you might see ads on YouTube videos and they might not be getting any of it. It's crazy. So the super chats do help, and Patreon, thank you my Patreon friends. Did a Patreon live stream about a week ago, and be able to do a lot more stuff for Patreon in here. And yeah, help you guys, help me, help you. We're in a world of all assisting each other, doing the good work, the service to others work, right? I'm not in here in this garage to dick around. Yeah, there's been a lot of great information dropping across the board lately. A lot of times with commenting on current events, I try to gauge the public consciousness. I see what's breaking in the mainstream, what they are trying to push on the public. And if I don't see enough independent journalists going after a particular issue in a particular way, then I'll chime in. I'm like, man, I see like a hole in the consciousness that I want to be filled, you know? I don't think is getting filled enough with certain ideas. So say something's breaking about UFOs or vaccines in the mainstream, and not enough people are talking about something that I'm seeing missed, I'll jump in and try to do it. Of course, that's my own opinions, but I'm trying to make my opinions as unbiased as possible, but still be opinions and be a journalist doing so. I'm an opinionated journalist. A lot of authors, speakers, journalists, news sharers, talker-abouters out there, they don't want to be opinionated. They're kind of scared to. Which sometimes is understandable, but if we're really going to press forward with this, you got to put some views out there with the news. And if you're honest and good intention in doing so, then people will gravitate towards your work. What will that huge, big news POTUS said will bite coming out soon that you said recently? Oh God, there's going to be so many things this summer. I mean, we're waiting on D-class, more declassification of FISA stuff and pushing of that. Technological acquisitions. I mean, I'm tracking the Space Force and how that's getting created, and the NXIVM case, and a lot of these busts of criminal activity, very criminal activity. And then you saw what happened at the G20. That was just hilarious with Putin, other world leaders, Donald Trump. It was incredible. So I'm excited to get back to it, start diving into a lot of this stuff again. I mean, you know, there's a lot of details that I'm missing at this point. So I just haven't had the time over the last week or two to research. Oh man, I see a lot of people dropping little details in the comments. Yeah, in any of these live streams, just make sure you have that live chat opened and you can read at the same time you listen. You're learning all sorts of stuff. That's a fantastic thing about social media, is that sometimes it's just a gateway. Like I post things just to open up the avenue for discussion, you know? So it could be a meme or a tweet or do a video on something or whatnot, and you get so many comments of people posting their experiences and more information. That's just great. You know, I didn't have to put it all out there. I just had to make a note and allow other people to do it. So say MMS, the compound that a lot of the mainstream media and stupid alternative journalists claim is a toxic bleach and it'll kill you and blah, blah, blah. Just make a short tweet about it or a short video, and then you can go into the comments and see all these people sharing their experiences, their actual experiences with this stuff. Fantastic. That's why we must stay on mainstream YouTube. Exactly. You know, as much as I am for going on to the alternative media platforms, you know, sometimes I'll log on Gab. Like, shout out, I'm just trying to make this not so washed out. Shout out to Neon Revolt. He did a really good article that I'm going to probably do a video on, just dissecting the article, and it was on UFOs and secret space program and whatnot. And it's a good article, so I logged on to Gab just to comment on his post about it, because I know Neon is more of a Gabber. So yeah, you know, you get the accounts, use them if you need them or if they're helpful. I've got BitChute, Parler, Gab, Minds, a lot of different ones. Did I say BitChute? Probably. So use them, but at the same time, we need to reach the audience that doesn't have the information, that doesn't, you know, get it, for lack of a better term yet. We've got to push it into the mainstream, so stay on Twitter, stay on Facebook, stay on YouTube as long as you can. That is the mental battleground. You know, they've kicked me off this channel twice. Come back, get resurrected, or make a backup YouTube channel that I have 52,000 subscribers on. Just pop up like a game of whack-a-mole. They can't whack-a-mole enough because too many of us are popping up on social media. You can't censor us all. It's like the movie Ants. All of us little ants working together. They cannot do it all. A lot of good comments here. A lot that I can save for dedicated videos. I don't know, you don't know about my backup channel. It's just Destroying the Illusion 2.0, DTI 2.0. Post on it when I need it, every couple weeks, every few months, whenever I get unable to log into this one. Brazil is watching you. Thank you, Brazil. I would love to go there. Never been outside of America, North America, Canada. Been to Canada, but I'll get around one of these days. Got a lot of work to do in America here first. Boomer is on his way to have your baby. Boomer's a guy's name. I hope your lady is having the baby, not you. But congratulations, my friend. Grow that child to be the strongest, most conscious little new generation that's going to be. So that's how we're gonna change this place. Is not us, you know, not fighting all the existing folk that have been ingrained with these bad habits and bad holding patterns. You know, well, it's important to try to bring them new light, but it's the new generation, you know. They haven't been brainwashed yet, and they come in so tuned in and plugged in that you can just, I mean, groom them in a healthy and conscious way and just watch the magic happen. Thank you for the super chats, guys. I'm gonna hang out for, we'll make it a half hour here. Make it a half hour from the garage, the portal. Thank you, Beginning Hope. Thank you, Emily. 120 SEKs. I'm not sure what currency that is, but I appreciate it. Cameroon. Yeah, I got a Cameroon. Got a message from, I think on Twitter, from a gentleman in Africa, I think last week. And it's awesome getting the international support for these ideas. Not for me, for the ideas. You know, we're international support, understanding the things I talk about, the extraterrestrial subject, the deep state, the big pharma. That is great. Swedish currency. Nice. Shout out Scandinavia. It's half my blood. All right, guys. Truth or Cave, I like that. Thank you, Peter. Been using my info to help Red Pill. Waiting for the new stock of Orgonite. There's a little bit up on the site. More is coming. And more information. I'm going to get into designing like brochures and handout cards. Things like that. You know, I put as many little brochures and like the stuff I mail out, little stickers and things like that as I can. But I'm going to get into designing like info brochures that maybe you can just download for free and print yourself from my website, and it'll be one on every topic, something like that. I've seen Dane Wigington from Geoengineering Watch. He does this beautifully. He doesn't do too much on the internet, but a lot of his stuff is physical, so he has DVDs. And gosh, every time I've seen Dane Wigington, he's given me a big old pack. He mails me stuff, or has before, and it's amazing to hand out. So if I just say a Q brochure, Secret Space Program brochure, boom, big pharma, vaccines, etc. Brochures you can download, hand out, info cards, things like that, most definitely. And then, of course, the whiteboard with more videos. Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all the Canadians, the Northern friends, most definitely. You've missed me. Don't stay gone so long. I appreciate that. I do. Sometimes you just gotta disconnect, focus on what you need to focus on. And with this kind of work, it's something you need to do quite a bit. But I did that. This is back to business. Bigger whiteboard. What is that? 5 feet? 6 feet by 4 feet, 6 by 4. Nice. It's gonna be put to use. Get a sip of coffee here. Man, I have missed a few subjects that I've wanted to chime in on last couple weeks. On UFOs, of course, Q back to business after about a month off. So, good time. I figured a good time to come back. A lot of stuff about to break. And a lot of things breaking that need help, need support. On ready. Be ready. Most definitely. All right, guys, I'm going to head out for this one. Good to see you this morning. It's July, halfway through the year already, halfway through 2019. Pretty incredible. And I can't imagine what the last half of this year is going to be like. So, with that being said, super happy, super excited to be switching it up, to be able to get back into doing just much better, much more creative, much more free work. You know, I can move in here. I'm not in a bedroom. I'm not in a tiny little room anymore that's loud. I can be loud. I can have the whiteboard up and a lot more stuff. And the live streams will be coming when I get the internet. So, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Be talking soon and much more coming. Stay woke, y'all.